scheduling webinar. We've got a few housekeeping items that we are going to cover before we get started. Hopefully everybody can see the screen that shows at the top of the screen system test, and it is our main home page. I see that Al is logged in, and so is Brian, Judy, and Scott, Siva, and Tracy. There are a few people that we're still missing, but we're going to go ahead and move forward. We are recording this webinar so that in the future, if other people would like to use it for training purposes, they may. We are going to have the mute option on so that you will not be able to ask questions verbally. We ask that you use the hand feature on the webinar to ask questions. Nitin will be answering those questions. So if you click on your hand on the screen, the little hand icon. It's a little hand icon. You will be able to ask a question, and then everybody will be able to see the question, and then the answer will also be sent as well. Hopefully you've entered the audio pin so that you can listen. If not, if you cannot hear what I'm saying, well, you won't be able to hear to enter the audio pin. Okay, so Siva has a hand raised. So, okay, I'm going to unmute everyone for now. Okay, I can, let's see. Oh, I'm Siva. Okay, so I've just unmuted Siva. Siva, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great.
So, no, you are.
Yeah. Oh, really? Can they?
Yeah, you'll have to log out. You'll have to log out and then log back in with the correct URL.
I am?
Yes.
Okay. I can't just. Okay. Oh, what is it?
HTTP.
Yeah.
CMS DEDW EAHW net.gov /capital tap CMS web SD
CMS SD
/login magic CMS web SD
CMS web capital
web
CMS
web SD.
Okay. Okay. Can you see it now, Siva?
Yes, Julie.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. I'm muting you. All right. So everybody should see the screen now. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so what you're looking at is what is called our home page. On the home page, we have several different links that I'm going to explain. The first two links are called, they're the appointments link, which take you directly to the appointment scheduling module. They're located in two places. One on the right-hand side, right below case notes. If you clicked on that, it goes straight to the appointment scheduling module, or if you come up to your CCS modules and you scroll down to the very bottom, there's appointment scheduling. Those are the two places that you can access the appointment scheduling module. Okay. Next to the appointments on the right-hand side, you have two links. One is called Booked Appointment or Appointments Booked, and the other is Appointments Due. The Appointments Booked, if you click on that, you can see shows a blank screen. Okay. I have no records. Oh, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show you that one. Hold on, I have to log in. Well, I may have to explain that to you later because I have to log in with a person that has booked appointments. I'm logged in as a system administrator now, and I do not have any booked appointments. And appointments booked means all the appointments that you have booked as a user. And the appointments due show all of the appointments that will be due based on the program end date. So this is used for financial and residential and medical eligibility interviews. And so what will happen is when you have a program end date that is coming due within the next 60 days, it will show up on your appointments due report. Okay? And I will show you that in a minute. Right now, because I'm logged in as a state system administrator, it's not going to allow me to see anything, so I'll show you that in a minute. Right now, the reason why I'm logged in as a state system administrator is because as part of the function or the responsibilities of the state administrator and county system administrators is to go in and set availability for their users. Now, as a new user, all users will have a default setting when they are first set up. They will have availability set up for their for when they are there in the office. So typically, it's going to be set up from 8 to 12, 8 a.m. till 12 p.m., and then from 12 p.m. and then 8 a.m. or 1 p.m. until 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. So what I want to do now is I'm going to show you how a system administrator would go in and, if need be, change the user availability. So under administration, you go under user management. You move your cursor down to user availability. You click on user availability. You enter your user name. I'm going to go ahead and enter. Who do we have? Me?
Yes.
Okay. My name. I'm going to click on search. I'm in here several times. And what this does is it shows that from 7/6 to 11/30/2009, I have availability set up. So I'm going to click on that to show you how the availability looks. So what happens is it says my availability from 7/6 to 11/30 shows that I am available Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. all the way through to 12 p.m. and then again at 1 p.m. through to 6 p.m. So you can book appointments for this user anytime during that availability. This is typically used, like I said, it's a default one for every new employee that comes in, but it can be modified. So if you wanted to modify it, all you have to do is unclick them to change the modification and then click Save, and it will save the new modification. Okay, so that is how you set or modify an availability for a user. Now, say, for example, I, as a user, wanted to go in and set my unavailability. A good example would be for vacation or for meetings, ongoing, recurring meetings, or for whatever the non-daily events are. You would want to go in and set unavailability. So in this case, I'm just going to pretend like I'm going to set it for vacation. So I'm going to click on User Unavailability. I'm going to go ahead and enter my name. I'm going to select. And see, so I've already set one up for lunch, and I've already set one up for vacation. So I'm going to go ahead and select the one that I set up for vacation. And it shows that I have a start date of 7/6/09, and it ends on 7/10. So I'm only gone from the 6th through the 10th in July. And then the start time, it means that I'm gone from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. daily. So this works very similar to Outlook. I don't know. I know LA County doesn't use Outlook. But if you have a reoccurrence, say, for example, you're going to do it weekly, every Monday, you would select weekly. If you were to select monthly, it'd happen, so on and so forth. So that's how you could select your reoccurrence pattern. And then your reasons would be a drop-down box where you could select the reason why you're going to be out or unavailable during that time. Okay? So that is how you would set availability and unavailability for a user. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to log out as a system admin, and I'm going to go ahead and log in as just a regular user. So log out. Okay, so we're back on the home page, and as you can see, the appointments booked show there are six booked appointments. If you click on the booked appointments, it shows in oldest appointment to most current the appointments that are booked. When was it last updated? What the status is, because you can have more than one status of an appointment, who it is booked with. So this would change if you were doing a search by user or by client, because you can have booked with by different individuals, who the name of the client is, and then the associated CCS number. Okay? And then this is a quick link to be able to see all of your booked appointments. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to go back to the home page again, and it allows you to also, I'm sorry, while I'm on this page, let me explain a little bit more about this booked appointments page. You can select multi-appointments and click print, and it allows you to print those appointments that you have for yourself. If you select these, and I'll show you this a little bit further down in our in this webinar, a little bit further about how to go ahead and attach them to emails and such, or to web messages and such. You click back, takes you back to the home page. Complete appointments lets you select them and then all mark them as completed. No, they won't be booked anymore. They'll all show as completed. Okay. So let's go ahead and click on the home page. I'm going to go ahead and click on the home page again. And then what I want to do is show you what appointments do. Now again, appointments due are all those appointments based on the program end date. These are all appointments that are coming due typically for the annual review. Okay? So this particular date is based on your annual review. Now, if you choose not to set an appointment for any one of these clients, all you have to do is click on the X box, and it will remove it from, okay. If you click on the X box, it will remove it from the tickler. Now, we're in system test right now, so there might be some functions that don't quite work yet. We are still trying to tighten that up. But if you X select it, you can just remove it from your list, so you know you no longer have to do an appointment for this person. Okay? So let's go ahead and go back to the home page. So what we just talked about is the appointments booked are those that are already booked for yourself, and the appointments due are those that are coming due that you need to book. Okay, that's the difference between the two. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and show you the first thing is going into the appointments to actually start doing a search by appointment. So click on the appointments hyperlink, and it takes you to the search screen. Now, the search screen should be familiar to you because it looks very similar to our web correspondence search screen and our case note search screen. So you can search for any appointments during a specific date range, begin and end date range. So if maybe you have an appointment, you know it's going to be within a certain week, you can enter a specific week period and click on search, and it will only display those appointments during that specific time. Or you can enter a begin time and end time. So if you enter like one day and you want to see all the appointments that you have between 1 and 5, you can enter a specific time frame, narrow it down even that far to be able to search by date and time. The county always defaults to the user that is logged in. So in this case, I'm logged in as a Yuba County, Dependent County user. So that's the reason why Yuba defaulted on the county. Okay? The search screen, the search client screen works exactly as it does in web correspondence and case notes, where you can search either by last name, you can enter a last name, and you can hit enter to start the search, and it brings up all of the clients with the like name. Or you can enter the last name and click find, and it brings up the same results, so you can do either. Or you can enter the CCS number, which okay, hold on. 3318 664. You can do a search by CCS number, and it automatically populates the information because it's a direct search. The same situation would happen as if you entered a SIN number. You entered the SIN number, you press enter, and it would populate the same way that it's populated here. Same with the date of birth. Enter combination searches with the date of birth, the gender, and the county, and it brings more specific searches as well. Okay. Now, the same with the web correspondence. This allows you to enter multiple cases at the same time, multiple clients at the same time. So if I wanted to also add this client too, I could search by more than one client at a time. Okay. Now, again, like in web correspondence, we have the advanced search option, which allows you to search by specific user, and so you wanted to see all of the, I'm going to go ahead and remove that one, and I'm going to put in, I'm going to put yours. Do a search by user, and then I can look for all of the appointments for this client that were entered by this user. It allows me to do that as well. I can also look, I can even narrow it down further by status, by book completed, canceled, or failed. And then all you have to do is you have to click on the search for existing appointments. So if I click on search for existing appointments, it brings up all of the appointments for this client by this user. Now, I know that I have also entered some booked appointments, so this only brought up Nittens because I entered him in the advanced search criteria. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the back button again, and I'm going to go ahead and remove him, the user, and then I'm going to go ahead and search for existing appointments again, and see, as you can see, it shows the appointments with all of the different users that have entered appointments for this client. Okay. So that is how you search. It's very similar. It is very, very similar to how it is in web correspondence and case notes. So let's talk a little bit about the search results screen. Let's go ahead and click on search for existing appointments again. Now, if I was to select several different appointments, I could select several different appointments, and then I could click on the print button, and it will show me all the different appointments that I just selected. Or if I wanted to, I could attach it . attach them to a web message. And I can see each individual appointment has been attached to a web message to send to another individual within CMSnet. Okay. And then if I click on the appointment, I can see the actual appointment schedule. Okay. The other option is if I wanted to look at a specific appointment, I could click on the hyperlink under appointment time. And it actually shows me the appointment scheduling template. It tells me the date, the time frame, the duration of the appointment, who it's scheduled with, the appointment type, who the appointment status, the language, who it was last updated by, and when it was last, what time was it last updated on, and date. In addition, if I had entered any additional comments when I scheduled this appointment, it would also show in here. But in this case, we have not done that. Okay. To go back, I would click on the back button. If I wanted to edit this appointment, I could click on the edit button. I'm not going to go over that right this minute. If I wanted to attach this to a web message, I could click on attach, and it would automatically attach this to a web message to send to somebody else if I wanted to do that as well. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and click on the back button to go back to the previous search results screen. Oh, that's not right. I need to take you back to the search results screen. It should take you back to the search results screen. Okay. Okay, so on the search results screen, you have your CCS number, your client name, your appointment date, the time of the appointment, the last updated by, and the status. And as you notice, there's different statuses. You have your canceled statuses, booked. In fact, there's no failed, but we also have a status of failed. And we're also going to have a status of rescheduled. So you'll always be able to see what the different statuses of the appointment is. And in addition to that, you'll be able to see who the appointment is with. Okay? Okay, so that's the search results screen. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to our main scheduling, appointment scheduling screen, and let me explain a little bit about the booked appointments. If I, as a user, had booked appointments, this is a hyperlink to my booked appointments, and it would show all of my specific booked appointments. If I wanted to just see what I need to work, I could click on that and go right into it. In this case, I'm going to take you back to the search results screen, or the search screen, the main search screen, and I'm going to create an appointment for this user. So I've already entered my user information, or my client information, and I'm going to go ahead and click on Create New Appointment. And what it does is it brings up the Add Edit Appointment screen. And at the top of this screen, you can see what's called a header. And what it does is it gives you all the related information to the client. So it gives the name, CCS number, tells their financials, their eligibility status. It also includes language, their current registration status, gives the main header information that shows on all screens within CMSnet. Under Schedule Appointment, it shows the screener. The screener is a non-editable field. It defaults to the person that logs in, and it will never be able to be changed because that is used. It's going to be used for reporting in the future, and that is the person that actually logs in. The appointment with can be changed. It defaults to the person logged in, but if I wanted to, I could remove the name, and I could look up another user, and I could add them instead. So, for example, if I was taking all the calls for financial in a financial team, and I wanted to book it for another individual in another team, I could do that. Now, one of the things that I wanted to talk about was that right now, until LA comes onto the system, we have not broken it down by teams yet. We have to wait for the automated case distribution to be developed in order to make that happen. And when you go live in production, it will be in place, along with batch correspondence. That will help us break down the report so that it will be by user. Right now, when you go into your appointments due, it shows for the whole county. So it's not as useful as it's going to be, because what's going to happen is it's going to be able to identify by user your caseload, and it will show only your cases that are due for scheduling appointments. Okay? The next option is to be able to schedule the first available appointment, and this is based on the user's availability. So if I was to click on that checkbox, it shows me this is the next available appointment time that I have for me as a user. It tells me that I'm available on Tuesday, 7/7 at 10:30 a.m. That's a quick, easy way, without having to look at a calendar, to just be able to schedule an appointment. If I choose not to do it that way, and I go ahead and uncheck it, I can go ahead and use the Enter New Appointment Details, and that lets me select from a calendar my new appointment time. So I'm entering the date by selecting it off the calendar. The appointment time is the initial financial residential in the office, initial financial residential by telephone, annual financial residential in the office, or annual financial residential by telephone. So I'm going to go ahead and select initial financial residential in the office, and then it's going to let me select a time. So I'm going to go ahead and select a time that is within my time, and see, if I scroll down here, I can see what are my times available. Let me see. It looks like I'm totally open during that time. There's no problem at 10 a.m. Looks like, let's see here. See, I'm open. On the 29th, I'm open. It's all green. And you can see down below where it says Legend, it says this is the gray shows availability that's not set. The green shows when I'm available, and the red shows when I'm unavailable. Okay, so you can look at this down below, your template below, to see when you are available to book an appointment. Duration, you can book them by your appointment duration by 15-minute, 30-minute, or 1-hour increments. I'm going to go ahead and say 1 hour, select 1 hour. Now, as you can see below here, we have Generate Appointment Letter. You have the option to generate a letter to be sent to the client. It is not required, but if you would like, you can. So I'm going to go ahead and select Generate a Letter, and I'm going to go ahead and enter some comments. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on Save. Back would remove all my information, would not save it. Clicking on Save would save all the information that I just entered. Here is as you can see all my appointment template. It tells me all the information about the appointment that I just booked for this client. And then it tells me my appointment was successfully created, and it asks me if I would like to complete the generated letter. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Yes. And it brings me over. Now I'm in the correspondence module. Okay, and this is the edit correspondence screen. And the reason why we bring you over here is because it allows you to enter free text, in the letter, and it also lets me add a CC. So if I wanted to CC somebody else, I could. Okay, and then I could also enter comments here about my correspondence if I wanted, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Save and Print so you can see what the letter looks like. Where's my letter? Uh-oh. Hold on, hold on, let's try this again. Okay?
It will be there listed in the correspondence. Go out.
Hold on. Hold on, we had a little glitch there. I had a pop-up blocker on there, so it should be in ready to send, or incomplete. No, it wasn't sent. It wasn't sent yet. Okay, incomplete. Well, Is there a question? Is it because the pop-up blocker? Okay, so here's my appointment letter. And that won't happen to you. I had my pop-up blocker, so it kind of messed it up. And it's not showing.
It was already sent. Device name is already sent.
Yeah, but how come I can't see it?
Oh, it's easy.
Yeah.
Try reading.
Try it.
Read.
Try it.
Read. Go down to the page. Read.
Okay.
Now save and print. Pop-up block. Now reissue it. Go to the 45.
Should I click on the
The
read?
first. Make sure the pop-up block is closed.
It's closed. I did it this time.
Go down.
Sorry, that was my fault. I had a pop-up blocker on, so it prevented the letter from being displayed. But this is the new appointment scheduling letter. It shows the county of the user and where the client, legal county of the client, the date, the client information, the primary addressee information, the title of the letter, shows, just says that you determine eligibility for services, an interview has been arranged, gives the date, the time, who the appointment's with, the contact number of who the appointment is with. It says may be assessed, the assessment fee may be assessed, and then it gives some check boxes that the user can select to notify the client that there's some things that they need to bring to their appointment or send for their appointment. And then, then a carbon copy, courtesy copy, shows going to Sacramento Regional Office, because if you notice, that's what I selected as a carbon copy as well. And then it's in Spanish as well, because the client selected Spanish in their for their language. So that is the letter that is printed and should pop up as soon as you select it from the edit appointment screen once you save it. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. I'm going to go back to appointment scheduling. And I'm going to go ahead and search for an existing letter. I'm going to show you how to edit an existing letter, or appointment, sorry, existing appointment. So I'm looking at the appointment template, and then I go here and I click on edit, go down to the bottom, click on the edit button. And now you're in the edit appointment screen. It looks very similar to the original screen that you went into, and then it allows you to go in and change the date. Maybe I'm going to change the time to 4:15. Go down. Okay, I'm going to click on regenerate a letter. Okay, the reason why so what it's doing is it's saying, okay, the status is booked, but I've changed the actual original appointment, so it wants a reason why I'm changing the appointment. Why did I have to change the appointment? So it's saying I have a conflicting appointment for the family. I just indicated that. And then click on Save. And it shows the new time. And it shows my status reason. And it lets me generate the letter. Let's see if it works now. Okay, there's my edit screen. Save and print. And here's my new letter with the new time in it, the new date, and in Spanish. Where's the delay? Oh, is there?
Slow down just a little bit.
Oh, okay. Okay. So one of the other options that you have in order to enable to edit an appointment is you have the ability to cancel existing appointments. Now, appointments that are canceled, I'm now on the appointments. Go back to the appointment scheduling screen. It takes you to correspondence. We're going to be changing that so it takes you back to the appointment scheduling screen after you've generated a letter. But right now, you have to actually go back into appointment scheduling. Okay, can you see that? Is everybody with me? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to cancel an existing booked appointment. So I'm going to go ahead and select this appointment that's booked at 4:30. I'm going to scroll down, click on the edit button, and then I'm going to change the status from booked to canceled. And then I'm going to put in a reason. And then I'm going to, as you can see, you can't regenerate a letter because you're just canceling it. And then it tells you your appointment was successfully canceled at the top of the screen. In addition, it shows your new status, appointment status is canceled, and the reason for cancellation is no transportation. Okay. So let's go ahead and go back, and now I'm going to show you how to fail an appointment. A failed appointment is an appointment that was overlooked and just never got followed through. It's whether it's based on the client or whether it was the user's reason, it allows you to still fail the appointment. So let's go ahead and search for existing appointments. Let's go ahead and take this booked appointment. Oh, is this a past appointment? It has to be a past appointment. So that's not going to work. Let's see here. Okay, let me go back. I have to find a date that's in the past in order to fail it. So I'm going to search for all the appointments in the past. Okay, that one's failed. Let's see. Okay. Go ahead and click on Edit. And it works just the same way as canceling in that you change the status to failed. And then the client did not show is the reason, status reason. And click Save. What does that mean? What does this mean, Nitin? Okay, well, you're going to be able to do it in the future, but right now, it's for some reason not working. I'm wondering if it's because, who entered this? Is it because you entered it? So, okay, let me go back and see if I can find one that I entered.
We can log on and log
Okay, failed. Okay, it was in the morning, so I can fail this one. Click on Edit. And the reason why it wasn't letting me fail this is because Nitin entered it. So there is a safety net in there preventing users from failing other people's appointments. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and enter one that was mine that I booked. And then I'm going to select client did not show. Click on save. An appointment was successfully failed. And then it says appointment status has failed and it says the client did not show. And I failed it today. So that is all there is. I showed you how to add an appointment. I showed you how to cancel an appointment. I showed you how to fail an appointment. We reviewed the booked appointments, and we went over the appointments due. I believe there are, unless there's any other questions, that is the total. Oh, there is a question. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take off the mute for everybody and allow open questions right now. Oh, case notes? No, let's go ahead and I'll show you some case notes. Okay, what I'm going to do is I didn't really cover case notes. What I want to do is I want to go through and show you what a case note looks like for this client, because case notes are automatically created when an action is taken on an appointment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for all the case notes for this specific client, and I want to show you what they look like. So what it shows you is the client CCS number, name, the date that it was created, the subject code is eligibility appointment, the description is a hyperlink showing the template of the case note of the appointment, who was created by, and the county status. So I'm going to go into one that I did today. Okay. And it shows you when you cancel correspondence as well. Let me see. Let's do this one here. Let's select this one. And again, the case notes show as a draft until the next day. So the day that you enter it, you can modify it as much as you want until tomorrow. Then tomorrow you can no longer modify it. You can correct it, but you cannot change it, actually override the existing data that's in this. And we're not showing. Not showing it. So the case notes, we've identified a defect that it requires a little bit longer, so we're going to be working on that to load it. And so we'll be working on that so that it loads faster. But right now, it takes a while to load. Okay, so there is our case note associated. This is the appointment letter was generated. No, I was going to look at this one. So that was for the letter, and this is for the actual. No, it shouldn't be. This is for that was the correspondence for the appointment. But it's not kind of. We've got to work on case notes a little bit. It's still not working correctly, so we'll be working on that the next few days to get that working correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and unmute everyone, and if there's any questions. How do I do that? Okay, we're unmuting everyone. I'm done with that.
Some people have their audio pin.
Okay.
They can't.
Okay. For anybody that did, is there any questions for those people that did enter your PIN? Is there any questions that anybody would like to ask? We've unmuted the people that entered their PIN. John?
Yes, Julie, hi, I'm here. I don't have any questions from the financial side, but I really like this, and it looks like it might be a really good solution for MTP, and we may discuss that offline. I need to speak with Margie first.
Okay. Okay, but what you need to understand is we did only create it for the financial for now.
Correct.
We can modify it, but the base is for financial.
But I could see it has a future.
Yeah. Yes. That's how we developed it, so that it could be expanded. So. Okay, Al, did you have any comments, questions?
No, Julie, everything is just basically how we've been talking about for the past year. But it looks great. It's nice to see it in action, and yeah, it looks great. It's what we need and more. We'll see what the reports, how the reports come up, but from what you explained, again, it sounds like everything we need.
Okay, great. Fantastic. All right. Well, if there's no further, is there any other questions? Okay. Judy didn't log in. It doesn't look like she didn't enter her PIN. All right.
So she's here.
Oh, hi, Judy. Did you have any questions?
Oh, no. Yeah, Mark's here also, and so's Margie.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll be calling a little bit later to follow up with you to get you started on the testing protocol. So, but for now, I just wanted to show you the application and kind of walk you through some of the screens and stuff. So, all right. Since there's no further questions, thank you for joining.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.